arrived, hitting the people blocking traffic. One person died. The other person was critically hurt. Police say the semi-truck driver was taken to the hospital and released. The driver involved in the initial rollover crash was treated and released as well. The big rig remained across all lanes of traffic until it was removed just before 11 a.m. The Luther Hotel is under contract to a nonprofit with plans for demolition, but a Houston investor wants to buy it and restore the hotel.
This counter offer has stopped the destruction for now. 25 News Now reporter Adarius McCormick has more. Adarius.
Judge Ben Harden paused the demolition with a temporary restraining order Thursday after the Palacios Preservation Association protested for the Luther and investors stepped in to support the group financially. Nick Herman says his family has history with the hotel, so he wants to help fight for it. The Ed Ratchell Foundation purchased the land from the family of the deceased owner when he died with no will. The group and investor plan to restore the Luther, and the foundation started by its owner to pay homage to Herman's family and to honor the past owner. Back to y'all.
Adarius, thank you. Victoria Police released new images of a man accused in a bank robbery. It happened Thursday afternoon in the 7000 block of Northeast Zach Lentz Parkway. Police say this man went into Prosperity Bank just after 4 p.m. with a note demanding money. He left with an undisclosed amount of cash. Victoria Crime Stoppers still looking for Crystal Vela. She's wanted on a probation violation on a drug charge. She's 39 years old, 5'3", 198 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes. Also wanted is Anthony Moreno. He's wanted on a parole violation and a family violence case. He's on parole for continuous violence against the family. He's 39 years old, 5'8", 205 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. If you can help police find Crystal Vela or Anthony Moreno, call Victoria Crime Stoppers 361-572-4200. Thousands of people are still in the dark following a major ice storm in Austin.
Many of them are turning to city leaders for answers on when the power might be restored.
A lot of people are very frustrated with the way that they feel, the city has handled this response. What's being done to prevent this from happening in the future?
That's the question thousands of Austinites want answered after being left in the cold and dark because of Austin Energy's power outages caused by the winter storm.
With every response, we look at how we can do things better in the future.
During a press conference Thursday evening, City Manager Spencer Cronk says officials are applying lessons learned from 2021's winter storm to improve how they handle future severe weather events.
Sure. Can you go into detail about those lessons learned specifically?
Sure. So I think part of it is trying to communicate what we can in real time. And so the purpose of this press conference is also a recognition that we told you something earlier today, and we know that the situation has changed based on what we're seeing on the ground, and we wanted to get in front of our community so you can be making decisions based on that more accurate information.
In that same presser, Austin Energy's General Manager Jackie Sargent says while weather conditions have greatly improved, the utility isn't able to give an estimate as to when power will be restored, despite city officials saying that would happen by 6 p.m. Friday.
We had hoped to make more progress today on restorations, and that simply has not happened. And here's why. The majority of outages from this winter storm are complex, involving heavy construction equipment in areas that are sometimes impassable due to downed trees and branches.
To help with restoration efforts, more than 100 crews from around the state have been sent to Austin, and additional resources have been requested.
It's just horrendous out there. I really appreciate the Austin Energy customers that told my guys thanks for what they were doing. They've been working around the clock.
They're in our thoughts, of course, here. It turned out to be really nice. The sun came out. People were excited about that. Let's check in with Howie.
Thanks, James. Thanks, Granny. Yeah, I didn't need a jacket today for the first time. Really needed multiple jackets last couple of days with the winds and the colder temperatures. But here we go into the 50s. We are, after being in the 40s yesterday, day before in the 30s, wind chills in the 20s. A great improvement now, finally, after suffering for a few days. At least I was. A lot of you enjoy the cold. Winds, yeah, those have really come down. We were seeing 25, 30 mile per hour gusts. Winds have relaxed. We'll be in the 40s this evening, overnight, dropping down to 35. So without that cloud cover and that cold air moving down from the north, still a little chilly at night, but the days are looking very promising. And we'll talk more about that coming up very soon. James, Karina?
Howie, thank you. A 15-year-old smuggler led troopers on a car chase in Frio County on Wednesday, but wet road conditions caused the driver to lose control of the vehicle. Inside the vehicle was a 12-year-old passenger, a reported runaway involved in human smuggling. There was also an illegal migrant found inside the vehicle and transported to the hospital for injuries. The driver was charged with human smuggling, causing bodily injury, evading arrest, causing bodily injury, drug possession, and unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. Now on to the latest on that Alex Murdaugh trial. Prosecutors are honing in on Murdaugh's reported financial troubles.
They plan to present that as the motive in the double murder of his wife and son.
A judge will soon decide whether Alex Murdaugh's alleged financial crimes can be entered as motive in his double murder trial. The state wants to show the jury evidence they say proves Murdaugh murdered his wife and son to create a distraction, gain sympathy, and keep his financial crimes from coming to light.
They need to understand really what this man was hiding, and the pressures of that are important for the jury to understand why this man might do that.
And how murdering Maggie Murdaugh and murdering Paul Murdaugh eased his financial stress. It didn't.
With no jury present, the CFO for his law firm testified that she confronted Murdaugh the day of the double murders about $792,000 of missing fees.
Told him that I had reason to believe that he had received the funds himself and that I needed proof that he had not.
Alex's best friend, Chris Wilson, telling the court he was shocked to learn Murdaugh had been stealing.
Get a call from Lico asking about those fees and saying that Alec had been stealing money, right?
Yes, sir.
That hit you like a thunderbolt?
It knocked me down.
Murdaugh is accused of stealing at least $8.5 million from clients, family, friends, and his own law firm. But whether the jury can even hear any of that testimony, up for debate, as the judge is still deciding.
The judge says that he's inclined to allow evidence of the past financial crimes, but it has to be tied to this case, meaning typically you are not allowed to introduce bad facts evidence. For example, just because someone's a thief doesn't make them a murderer.
And we don't expect a decision on this today. There is, though, another hearing on this issue scheduled for Monday. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
Defeated Republican candidate Solomon Peña, accused of shooting at the home of a Democrat leader in Albuquerque, pleaded not guilty. He's facing 14 counts of shooting and firearms charges. Police say Peña hired and conspired with 4 men to shoot at the homes of 2 state legislators and 2 county commissioners after his 2022 state house election loss. No one was hurt in those shootings. A judge ruled Peña must remain in jail while awaiting trial, saying he poses a threat to the targets of the shootings and their family members.
The Crossroads Heart and Stroke Walk is tomorrow. The walk is to celebrate heart and stroke survivors, as well as raise funds and encourage physical activity. Which brings us to a reviewer poll this afternoon. Scan that QR code right there to participate. Do you plan to attend the 2023 Crossroads Heart and Stroke Walk Saturday morning? Because I do. I will be there.
You'll be there.
I will. And we want to hear from you. Remember, come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to participate. I will have what you and your neighbors are saying on 25 News Now at 6.
Not too late to just show up. Straight ahead on 25 News Now at 5, a suspect arrested in the case of missing tamarin monkeys from the Dallas Zoo.
Also ahead, U.S. leaders are keeping a watch on a mysterious balloon flying over parts of the U.S.
This week on Community Crossroads, we hear from the Museum of the Coastal Bend, Victoria ISD Education Foundation. We also learn about empty bowls and the Victoria Livestock Show.
There's a lot going on at the Livestock Show.
A lot going on, and it all kicks off when?
Okay, we have some pre-show events on February 11th, starting with the parade and the barbecue cook-off. And the following weekend is the Queen Victoria pageant, along with the commercial heifer show and sale.
Monday morning, look who's starting their day with America's favorite morning show.
Good morning, America.
Reese Witherspoon and Ashton Kutcher live. And Reese knows a little something about morning shows. Plus, we're giving away Super Bowl tickets next week. Who will get them? Could it be you? Watch GMA.
I found this Valentine in my mailbox. Is this from one of you guys?
I know who it is.
Just don't do anything nasty on school grounds, because if I can, then y'all can.
Bust the move.
Victory GMC is the favorite in the Crossroads because our staff has years of experience and they know how to make their customers smile.
Walter Dixon, 32 years.
Linda Briggs, 38 years.
Jose Garza, 24 years.
Jake Hargis, 23 years.
Houston Polyvore, 3 years.
Come let the right people give you a world-class buying experience. We think you'll call it victory.
Let's be real. Don't dine out when you could cook in. That's why I partnered with Home Chef. With Home Chef, get easy recipes and fresh ingredients delivered to your door. Don't worry, we got this. How good is that? All right, let's get cooking.
Home Chef. Delicious meets simple. Get 16 free meals when you sign up at homechef.com.
Are you ready to stop letting big business take your customers away? Phase 3 Digital is your #1 digital marketing resource to keep your customers shopping with you. With an office right here in the Crossroads and a team of support across the nation, we can help you wherever your business is in the online journey. From building a site to developing e-commerce capabilities to growing your customer base, we will drive results. It is time to take the next step in growing your business with Phase 3 Digital. Are you ready to take your customers back? Give us a call or visit us online to get started.
An arrest was made in connection with the suspected thief of a pair of monkeys from the Dallas Zoo. 24-year-old David Arvin was charged with multiple counts of animal cruelty and is being held at the Dallas County Jail. The zoo was closed Monday due to inclement weather when the monkeys went missing from their habitat. Video police publicly released led to a tip leading to the monkeys' recovery. Police are unclear if the same suspect was involved in the other incidents at the zoo, like the leopard. Now, a large balloon hovering over northern U.S. suspected of being a Chinese spy device doesn't pose a significant intelligence gathering risk. The U.S. government was tracking the huge craft for several days. Today, the Chinese Foreign Ministry said the balloon is used mainly for weather research and entered U.S. airspace accidentally. Military leaders say it poses no threat. They advise the president not to shoot it down due to fear the debris could pose a safety threat to civilians.
The North American Aerospace Defense Command continues to monitor it closely. While we won't get into specifics in regards to the exact location, I can tell you that the balloon continues to move eastward and is currently over the center of the continental United States. Again, we currently assess that the balloon does not present a military or physical threat to people on the ground at this time, and we'll continue to monitor and review options.
The balloon's presence in the U.S. comes at a sensitive time. Secretary of State Antony Blinken was expected to travel to Beijing in the coming days. 2 U.S. leaders say he has postponed that trip. Heart attacks are often considered an issue facing older adults, but young people can have them too.
Recent research finds of those who suffered a heart attack at a young age, 1 in 5, were 40 years or younger, and that number is rising.
At age 30, Dave Conway felt his energy level drop. He was tired more often and couldn't bounce back like he used to.
And when I would talk to people about it, they'd just be like, hey, welcome to getting older.
One day at work, he exerted himself and felt lightheaded, nauseous. He thought it was heat exhaustion at first, but the symptoms lingered, and over time he developed heartburn and shortness of breath. When he wasn't getting better, he was encouraged to go to a doctor. After seeing his blood pressure, Conway was immediately sent to the emergency room where he had an echocardiogram.
Anything below 40% is considered heart failure, and I was at 10%.
Conway says he had 3 strokes in the hospital. It was then that a 100% blockage in a major artery was discovered. He says the earlier symptoms were actually signs of a widowmaker heart attack.
My cardiologist said, had I not come in when I did, I probably would have just gone to bed that night and never woken up.
Cardiologist Lakshmi Mehta with Ohio State University's Wexner Medical Center says it's important for everyone, regardless of age, to know the symptoms, including chest discomfort or pain that radiates to the shoulder, back, neck, or jaw, shortness of breath, nausea, indigestion, intense fatigue.
There is something acutely new in you and it doesn't make sense, then you want to seek immediate medical attention.
5 years later, Conway's focused on a healthy lifestyle.
I realized that I was happy to be here today.
For Health Minute, I'm Andy Gaither.
President Biden reassuring Americans the state of the economy is strong. His remarks from the White House today come just days before he delivers the State of the Union address. President Biden cited what he called the strikingly good news of today's January jobs report. It showed the economy created 517,000 jobs last month when economists were only expecting 185,000.
While we may face setbacks along the way, and there will be some, there's more work to do, it's clear. Our plan is working because of the grit and resolve of the American worker.
The economy has added 12 million jobs since he took office just over 2 years ago. President Biden also noted the 3.4% unemployment rate is the lowest since 1969. He highlighted other key measures of economic progress, including decreasing inflation and falling gas prices.
We're headed towards warmer times, but then there's another change next week. We'll see a boundary come through again. We'll talk all about it coming up.
Hello, neighbor. Before you buy a home,
before you sell a home,
before you make any home improvements, call USA Foundation Repair.
A thorough and honest inspection is what you get from USA Foundation Repair.
We work with realtors and contractors on the front line every day doing inspections and repairs. Don't get taken to the train station. Get the USA Foundation Repair brand of approval. Call us today for an honest inspection.
What is going on with you?
Since I've been writing obituaries, I've been weirdly stuck in my head.
Now I'm breaking it down.
We were the same age. Yeah, except you got old and you died.
I know, super sadsies.
I'm getting really tired of listening to dead people.
Ah! I've had it with you ghosts. You are not coming with me.
Oh, wow, that's a perk.
Ain't nobody quite like me. I do what I please. I'm me.
Don't wait for President's Day. Shop this week for early presidential savings. It's a Stars and Stripes savings celebration at Lax Furniture. Get up to 10 to 50% off. Plus, get interest-free financing for up to 60 months. And save an extra 10% off when you pay with cash. Get a gorgeous two-piece living room for just $14.95. Or a four-piece queen bedroom, now just $7.95. The President's Day sale starts early. The savings are going on now, only at Lax Furniture.
Stay up to date with what's happening in the Crossroads by downloading the Crossroads Today mobile app. You'll get instant alerts to your phone or tablet the minute breaking news or weather happens. Only the free Crossroads Today mobile app features weather updates for local sports. The Crossroads Today app gives you the ability to stream our daily newscasts when you're on the go and share pictures or tips straight to our newsroom and so much more. Brought to you locally by Prosperity Bank with 12 locations serving the Crossroads area.
We'll start off in Cuero. So, not as thick of clouds compared to the last few days. We saw some ample sunshine today, and with that sunshine, finally, we started to see a little bit of a warm-up. Look at that, 58. That's monumental. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's a lot better than, I'm trying to think of the word. Oh, we'll stick with monumental for now. A lot better than the 20s and the 30s and the 40s that some of you have been enjoying. I have not. So finally we warmed up. Should be closer to 67, and we could warm up 1927, big year, 90s across the board really over the last 5 days for those record highs. Nothing in the way of rainfall today. That's a change. We were seeing some rain persistently but inconsistently pretty much Monday right through yesterday. All right, here's a look at our temperatures. This is a lot different again. We were seeing 20s, 30s, and 40s, finally in the 50s, some spots in the 60s, and we'll even continue to warm as we head into the weekend. All right, here's our winds. These were kind of problematic. Why? We were seeing gusts of 25 to 30 miles per hour. We were seeing precipitation in the form of ice. Then you add the wind chills into the mix. Nasty weather conditions, in my opinion, the last few days. They were Chicago, aka Alaska-like. Now finally, winds going down, temperatures warming up, not feeling as uncomfortable as what we experienced the last few days here in the Crossroads. Wind chills, okay, I probably should take this down now because our wind chills are pretty much the same as our ambient temperatures. Winds have gone down, temperatures have gone up, so the real feel out there, not too bad at all. I didn't wear a jacket for the first time this week. All right, here is what's going on with our weather. Here's high pressure moving into the area, clearing out our skies. We saw lots of sunshine today. The thing about it is, though, the high is still pulling some of that cooler air out of the north. So with the cooler air moving in, then the lack of cloud cover, I talked about it yesterday, that heat escapes into the atmosphere. So as we warm into the 50s today, 60s tomorrow, overnight, still dropping potentially into the 30s. So very chilly nights, again, as that cooler air pushes down and our daytime heating escapes into the atmosphere overnight. The high will slowly start to move off, zigging and zagging, and that means more warm moisture out of the Gulf. That can increase rain chances. Not quite there yet. We'll see some cloud cover, but more than anything, the warmer air moves in, so we'll start to see warmer temperatures shooting for the 70s as early as Monday and into Tuesday. But if you look there beyond yonder out there, over Nevada, over Phoenix, or right near Phoenix, we have that cold front. That's going to make its way into the crossroads, probably not till Tuesday and into Wednesday. When that happens, we could see some showers and then another cool down, but this cool down will be nothing like what we experienced over the last couple days. Really staying warm and dry until that cold front comes in and maybe knocks us down just a little bit and brings us some showers. Here's our future tracker. So we have moisture moving in from the Gulf. That will mostly keep the showers out there over the Gulf, not really affecting us here in the crossroads. Marine forecast, no more small craft advisory, but so always be careful on the waterway. Bays are on the smooth side, so 40s this evening. Overnight, dropping down to 35. Without those clouds, yeah, we'll be on the cool side overnight. And then for tomorrow, look at that, 62. I'll pay for that every day of the year. Maybe a few degrees warmer, but I like 62, especially in the winter. Then in Cuero, we're in the mid-70s. I talked about that front coming down, will knock us down. That's not too bad at all, especially with what we just experienced. Then in Port Lavaca, okay, we do get knocked down again. But look at that, 64 on Thursday with sunshine next week. That's very, very nice. And right back here in Victoria, 62, 71 for Sunday. Monday up to 74 degrees. Cold front comes in, knocks us down. But hey, temperatures in the 60s, we'll take that. That's pretty much right around average. For more weather, news, and sports, you can go to our app. That's at crossroadstoday.com, and that is free with any Android and iPhone. And now we go back to James and Karina.
Thank you. Coming up next on 25 News Now at 5, we'll take a look at Wall Street, plus several YouTube music contractors on strike to protest return to office policies.
From America's #1 news comes the all-new ABC News app. Breaking news, incredible video, faster, smarter, and customizable to your interests. If you love being in the know, you're gonna love this. Experience the all-new ABC News app. Download it now.
Victory Kia and Victory Buick GMC want to let you know that you can lean on us. We will award $500 to a deserving winner. Drop off an entry form at any of our participating dealerships in the Lean On Me drop box with your story and contact info. Go to crossroadstoday.com/leanonme for more information or to enter online. You can tune in every other Thursday at the 6, 9, and 10 p.m. news to view our winners. Lean On Me is sponsored by Victory Kia and Victory Buick GMC.
Tired of your typical clock-in, clock-out job? You need a rewarding career in an entertaining environment that you'll enjoy. Take yourself out of the box and come to the Victoria Television Group. We have an active, fun, creative atmosphere that can help you succeed and keep those everyday work blues away. Come join our energetic and outgoing sales team. Renew your career and learn to use skills you didn't know you had. Call us 361-575-2500 or email opportunity@victoriatelevision.com for more information.
At H-E-B, our pharmacy partners take care of their fellow Texans, like providing prescriptions and immunizations, plus monthly health screenings and auto refills. And we'll even deliver. One more reason, here, everything's better.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
USA Foundation Repair, in conjunction with 25 News Now, brings you our Pledge of Allegiance every weekday morning. It's your time to reflect and celebrate our greatness as a country, to be a patriot, and to give thanks for living in the best country in the world. And it all began when you recite our pledge. Brought to you by USA Foundation Repair and 25 News Now.
Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I can dance. The music doesn't require too much coordination, just a little flow.
We'd like to see you.
Next live, Ashton Kutcher and Beth Beers.
Darling, you have no idea what you did out there.
Taking a look at your stocks, the Dow down 142 points, the S&P down 44 points, and the Nasdaq down 186 points. Oil down $2.49, closing at $73.39 a barrel. More than 40 contractors for YouTube Music are going on strike today to protest return to office policies. They are supposed to report to an office in Austin on Monday. The contractors work for a third party. The Alphabet Workers Union is backing the strike to get more flexibility from YouTube's parent company, Google. The union says Google's return policies would force about a quarter of the contractors to move out of state, and they can't afford it at this time.
Apple reported its first quarterly revenue drop in nearly 4 years. Holiday iPhone sales were affected by pandemic-driven restrictions on its China factories. The company's sales for the last quarter of 2022 were down 5% from the same time in the previous year, a deeper dip than expected.
Stay with us. We'll take one last look at your forecast when we come back, plus a little history on the origins of Black History Month.
The young model and her miracle recovery after a pit bull bit off her lip. Next, Inside Edition.
Oh my God, that's what I look like. Like, how do you fix this?
How they made her a new and fully functioning upper lip. Then, they're called beverage cart girls, driving around golf carts offering drinks to the guys. But what she says happened to her will shock you.
It was horrific.
Watch the next Inside Edition.
Hello, I'm Karina Garcia, and I'm inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join me August 19th to the 28th as we explore Bryce, Zion, and the Grand Canyon. Immerse yourself in the scenic beauty of 4 iconic national parks. Enjoy sweeping panoramas and otherworldly rock formations in these one-of-a-kind locations. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword KAVU, for more information.
You really are like family to me. I love you guys.
You feel like home.
Band of dads.
You feel like home.
If you two ever want to get married, I'd be okay with that.
Oh, wow.
You're pregnant.
You are going to be such a great mom.
You're going to be one hell of a dad.
I learned from the very best.
A Million Little Things. The farewell season begins Wednesday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Monday, it's time to suit up.
Let's go.
And touch down.
The things you do for love.
Whose love will make history?
Zach's dream come true.
And who's at risk
Christina's trying to intimidate and manipulate.
of going extinct?
Everyone is too scared to tell you.
I'm shocked. The fact that I'm here to find my best friend and I have to deal with it sucks.
Perfect Con takes trust, and there's no one I trust more than my family.
Don't judge a crook by their cover, Mom.
I was born to flex. Yes. Diamonds on my neck.
We plan for everything, but I never planned on her.
So what do you do?
Like a honey bun, spit like a tummy gun, roll you one come get your mommy.
How much do you know about her?
I never got a straight answer about what it is you do for a living.
You didn't?
February is a federally recognized time to honor the contributions and achievements of Black people. Carter Woodson created a week dedicated to Black history in 1926. 50 years later, it expanded to a month. Places across the country are offering events this weekend. Woodson said he chose February to honor Black history because 2 notable birthdays fall this month. Early civil rights leader Frederick Douglass on the 14th and former President Abraham Lincoln on February 12th.
All right, and with that, we go to meteorologist Howie Gordon for a look at the weather.
Thanks, Karina. So on the sea, the open seas have been a little crazy lately. Now, bays are on the smooth side after a small crypt advisory for the last several days. So still, they'll always be safe and careful out there on the waterway. This evening, we'll drop into the 40s. Lack of cloud cover. Some of that cooler air still pushing down out of the north. So that north cooler air coming in, yeah, we're dropping down to 35 degrees under mostly clear skies. Now, looking ahead, here is what we have for tomorrow. Looking at 62, so back to the 60s. Our average temperatures in the 60s, so we're getting close to it again. But looking ahead, here is what we have. Look at Sunday, or Saturday 62, Sunday 71. We do get that front coming out next week. Doesn't knock us down too badly, but we could see some showers. James, Karina.
Thank you for being with us. Remember, we're always on at Crossroads Today Plus.
We hope to see you back here tonight for 25 News Now at 6. World News Tonight with Dave Amir is up next.